Hi everyone, my name is Grace Pasohui and my number metric is 01DDT21F1052. So today I'm gonna to present my practical exercise demonstration for SASE 1 2022/2023. So based on the first question is based on static route and default route configured in practical exercise, demonstrate and explain how router determine the best path and include it in the routing table entries. So let's start. Okay, so for the routing decision, there are three different situations. The first one is the network is directly connected and the network is a remote network and there's no route for the destination network. So if the destination network is a remote network, the router will encapsulate the frame and then forward it to the exit interface to the next hop. So if the destination network is directly connected, it is in the same network with your source, so router can check the RIP cache and it directly forwards the packet to the host on this local network. If there is no route for the destination network, then the data is sent to the default route. If are there any default route or gateway of last resort. If there is no default route or a gateway of last resort, the packet is dropped. Okay, so routing tables can store these routes. So how a router decide the best path? Router select the best path according to the some parameters. These parameters are given below orderly. So there are three parameters are given below. So the first one is longest match, and the second one is administrative distance. The third one is metric. So longest prefix match is a best path selection mechanism used by routers. This mechanism basically compares the destination IP address and the routing table entry to determine the best available route alternative. So how it does the mechanism work? When the router receives a packet, it compares the destination IP address bit by bit with the entries in the routing table. The entry has the longest number of network bits which match the destination IP address is selected as the best path. So administrative distance is the first criterion that a router uses to determine which routing protocol to use if two protocols provide route information for the same destination. Administrative distance is a measure of the trustworthiness of the source of the routing information. Administrative distance has only local significance and is not advertised in routing updates. So for metric is the value of the distance of a destination according to a routing protocol. Each routing protocol uses a different metric to determine the distance of a destination. These metrics can be determined according to a single or multiple characters of a path. So what is routing table? So we have learned what is routing. So now it's time to focus what is routing table. Routing tables are built with directly connected nodes with static routing and with routing protocols like OSPF, BGP, EIGRP, and others example. With this routing information, a list is created and this list is called routing table. In routing table, there are different parameters that has different meanings. In Cisco router or a routing table Cisco view, we can see a lot of parameters related with routing decision. What are these route table parameters? So for routing table parameters, there must be some parameters These mandatory parameters are given below. So there are destination network, destination subnet mask, metric, and next hop, and outgoing interface. So let's see. So the first one is like source protocol, and here is the destination network, here is the preference, and here is the metric, and here is the next hop, and here the pink area here is route timestamp, and the last one is interface. So source protocol is the letter which shows the origin protocol of the route. So destination network is the network that the router can send the packet to it. And the destination subnet mask is the subnet ID of the destination address. And metric is any value which shows that the quality of the path according to various parameters of different protocol. And next hop is the next node that the packet will send on the way to the destination network. An outgoing interface is the interface that the packet will send out on the way to the destination. So basically, we can summarize out these three parameters with this sentence. Go to this place by passing through this place, and your link quality is this. Letters used in routing tables. Beside the parameters of a routing table, there are some specific letters that shows important information in routing tables. These letters are used to show the routes of a specific route protocol. Below you can find the widely used letters of Cisco routing tables and their meanings. C for connector, L for local, S for static route, and D is for EIGRP route, and D is also EIGRP route, and DEX is EIGRP external route. O, that means is OSPF route. O also can be intra-area route, and OIA is inter-area route, and OE1 is external type 1 route, and OE2 is external type 2 route. R for RIP route, and B for BGP route. By the way, the best route in the routing table is shown with asterisk symbol with one of these letters, for example, a star S. So let's start with our practical exercise after we know about the routing table and which path that routers like. So configure IP address to all interface for each device based on addressing in table 1. So let's see for the router parts. For RTA, their interface S0/0/0, IP address network is 172.16.1.0/2.2/30, and the IPv6 address is 2001 colon db8 colon fade colon 1 colon 2/64. And for the second, okay, so let's look at the RTA terminal. Okay, so if we use the command show IP route, it can see that the IP network that I have make it static. The first one is 0.0.0.0/28, and the outgoing interface is S0/1/0, and the second one is also static and is 172.16.4.0/26, and the outgoing interface is S0/0/0, and the third one is 172.60.5.0/26, and the outgoing interface is S0/0/01. Oh, I mean S0/0/1. And S that means is static, and C is that means connected, L that means local, and this is for IPv4 and show IPv6 route. So still the same for IPv6. C is still the connector, I mean the root source, and L still are the same local. S also stand for static, R for RIP, B for BGP, U for per user, static route, and for IPv6. Okay, still the same. C is the 2001 and DB8 CADE1 //64 is connected, and here is the outgoing interface. Here is the administrative preference, and here is the, let me take a look. Here is the metric, and here is the metric. Here is the administrative preference, and here is the metric, and here is the next hop. Oh, it's interface. Sorry, it's not next hop. And for RTB, I think it's still the same. So RTB is still the same. Also there is 4 static source showing here, and the gateway of last resort is not set at RTB. Okay, for 1, 6, and 4 is for RTB. For network is set as static, and it's using the same outgoing interface for the RTB. Here. And for RTC is also not set the gateway of last resort, and also got set 2, 3, 4, 5 is static, and the network also still the same, and the different outgoing interface. Let's see about the IPv6 or RTC. So for RTC, the routing table here, there are 9 entries, and here got connected. Here is the administrative, and here is the metric, and here is the outgoing interface. It's directly connected. There's 4, 5, 6, 7 for IPv6. And for IPv4, there's not writing that how many entries, but IPv6 got. Let's see for RTB, IPv6. 10 entries. That means same with the IPv4. And the IPv6 route also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is static, and 2 is connected, and 3 is local. Let's see. Okay. And here's now the RTA also have the 12 entries. We look at the routing table of IPv6 route and got 1, 2, 3, 3 static, 4 locals, and 1, 2, 3 is connected. And still know the gateway of last resort. Let's see the ISP. So for ISP routing table, that IPv4, there's only 2 connected, 2 locals, and 1 S star. That means the gateway, the default gateway is the outgoing interface is 03.03.03.2. That means the gateway of last resort is 203.203.203.2 to the network 0.0.0.0. So let's see the IPv6. Show IPv6 route. So for IPv6 route, there are 6 that is right there. There are 6 entries, still the same, the codes. And here, the default gateway for IPv6 outgoing interface is 2001 colon BB8 colon CADE colon 1 colon double colon 2. This is the gateway of the last resort of IPv6. We also can use the command show IP route static. It will appear the symbol S star, just like what we learned just now. S star is the best route in the routing table, and it's for the network 0.0.0.0. The administrative preference is 1 and the matrix is 0, and the outgoing interface is 203.203.203.2. That means this will be the best path or route in the routing table for ISP. Let's try other router. Show IP route static. Here's the IP that I configure static. There are 5. Okay, but there's no the symbol just like the ISP, S and the star. Just the common network. There's 5 network and the same outgoing interface. Let's see the RTB. And show IP route static. So still the same, but got 5 static route is configured, and the difference between the RTC is the outgoing interface is S0/0/0. The RTC is S0/0/1. And for RTA, let's see the difference. So there's only 3 static route is configured, and there are different outgoing interface. The first one is the network 10.10.10.0. The outgoing interface is S0/1/0, and the second static network is 172.16.4.0/26, and the outgoing interface is S0/0/0. The last static route network is 172.16.5.0/26, and the outgoing interface is S0/0/1. Still different with the ISP. Okay, that's all I want to say. Thank you, everyone.